We had inquiries from different countries, or there are people who call me, can we buy unit? Can we do this? You can buy, anybody can buy a unit. You're a rich man, you want to help your country, you can buy unit. But has to be in a company which is connected to Keshe Foundation. We open operation. We take control charge. You take share of the profit according to whatever we structure it. Has to have a doctor and a physiotherapy present. And has to be in a beautiful environment. The system is fully computerized. Nobody can switch it on and just get going with it. Everything is inside the central control. We put a team of doctors which 24 hours a day respond to all the machinery, all the doctors around the world who are using it if they need help and data. Let me show you what this technology can do. This is, we have a written agreement with our volunteers, and this gentleman came to us exactly last Sunday, 4 weeks ago, in a wheelchair. And you can see what this technology can do. And then we talk about it. We kept it very quiet. There's no noise, more or less. There's some videos, some pictures, and we'll talk afterwards. You see, what we say, we deliver. And it's the same across people who have used this technology in China. Can you play the recording of the volunteer? We have a written confirmation. We can even show his face, but we prefer not to do so. Rick, can you play this piece of video? The gentleman has a disease called Parkinson and Alzheimer's together. In a wheelchair, as you know, to get to this point, he needs at least 10 years. And he came to us with a family, and people have been deleted from the pictures. Person standing in front of me is one of the brain surgeons. There are a team of doctors, brain specialists, looking after this case in China. Can you start from the beginning, please? You know, the end, I think. Yeah. Day one. This is how he came to see and use the system. People have to hold him. He cannot hold. In 4 days, marvel of the technology. Man can walk, get his dignity back. It's amazing how this man, you see the foot is still the same. The system you see in the background is already obsolete with the new technology which is developed, but still, you see him in day 5. The gentleman in red is his guy who will help clean him and wash him for and protect him. Now we can see 6 days, man does need no one. This is the beauty of the new technology. You see him walking for the first time. He's got in his hand, if you see in his pocket, the key of the car. He wants to drive. In 6 days, miracle of new technology. In 12 days, you saw the man who was in a wheelchair has more or less command of his life. This is in hospital environment, kept in a hospital condition. And there are other, what you call it, users of the technology with it. He can sit for the first time himself. He can get up and do what he likes. For the first time in years, he can write. He can stand up on his own. You will understand the next pictures. If you're Chinese, it's important that You can help yourself to relieve yourself. You cannot do when you're in a wheelchair. And minders are there to look after you. You see, remember he couldn't walk? We had to hold him. Now you see the man. The lady behind is his wife. I had the pleasure to know the family. And I can tell you a lot in the days I spent with them in the hospital, with the doctors. We are there as a system provider, not as doctors. We assess how the system has to be set for the case. You can see him, the freedom. Came in with a wheelchair days before, 29 days. Don't forget, he couldn't even stand up and he was in a wheelchair. And now watch what he does. He can sit. And so freely he moves. This technology gives man his dignity back. But the beauty with it is he's got his emotions back too. As I said in the Iranian presentation this week, we asked his daughter to hold him. And when she came back, she was tears in her eyes. She said, I'm 30 years old, so, and it's the first time my father has ever helped me. Look, now he goes up the wall. He has to be retaught everything. This morning he was throwing footballs, or what he called the balls that he could do. He's a football fanatic. All his t-shirts belongs to some football club. Unfortunately, one is Manchester City. But he wears French football team clubs, the top club, Saint-Germain. And he is oil man. He works for China Oil. What is interesting, you remember he couldn't walk. Now, if you look, he walks backward. This is very important position for him. He follows. He's learning everything step by step. We have a dedicated team in the hospital working with him and the other patients with him. You see, he's walking backwards. Walking backwards needs a lot of coordination and trust in movement. And you see, his minder never leaves his side. You got to understand something. That boy in 4 weeks' time has no job. He's literally walking himself to unemployment because he's been employed to look after him. And he's such a caring boy. He's literally like his son. He protects him like a father. I had the pleasure to be with them for a week. A man who couldn't stand up, now he wants to go up the wall. It's his pride to be able to stand up. Leg has no strength. If you are a physiotherapist, if you're a man of a sport, you know what it means when you haven't used muscles for years. Now you can see what we are offering, what the new technology is seen on the worldwide screen, on what this technology is really delivering. And don't forget, health is a small part of our technology. You're wheelchair bound, you've been in a position that through the whatever condition you have got to positions, now you talk to the doctors. We are developers of the technology, not the medical people. But we tell you where the technology is going and how it does and how it appears. We have people with epilepsy, 19 years old. Up to last Monday, if he could, he goes to school half day. This Monday, full time. The boy has got a life, not some 43 different tablets is given today. Both patients now are in the process of reduction by the supervision of the doctors. One will reach 25% reduction in next week, and the other one the following week. And within 2 months to 4 months, with the supervision of the doctors, zero medication. The conditions are not that they come back, because with this technology, the root of the process is solved. The main, emotional and physical. This system is not answerable and will not be the solution to all, at least not for a time being, as the scientists gather more information and as we develop it for its different application. This system, set in a correct condition, can fly. We will show this as one system integrated in Tehran. This system will produce material. This system will be able to deliver water and everything else the man needs.